I've been in the marketing industry for around 4 years now, and if there's one thing that you need to know as a business is that it's probably the fastest changing industry. There's always something new, there's always a new strategy, tactic, a way of posting content, and I know it can get overwhelming and your marketing can get messy pretty quickly. So in this video, I want to walk you through the 3 steps that I think you need to focus on right now as a business in order to transform your marketing and improve the scale of your business. Now, this is what I like to call the marketing transformation cycle. And we're going to start off. This is going to be your business. We're going to need to focus on 3 key areas that I'm going to walk you through now that I think will have the biggest impact on your overall approach. So we're going to start with the first one, and that's going to be having a clear strategy. Now you're probably thinking that's obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many businesses I speak to that don't actually have a clear marketing strategy in place for their business. When I ask them what they're doing, they're kind of just guessing and hoping for the best. There isn't a clear approach. What you want to do with having a clear strategy is you want to go from unclear marketing, which is probably what you have right now, to having predictable strategy and performance. When you have a clear pathway in place, you will know what you need to do and how, and also the reason behind it. So what you need to look at to have a clear strategy, and the purpose for having this is essentially to transform messy marketing into measurable, scalable system that generates consistent customers. Now, most people I know are just doing a little bit of things here, a little bit of content, a little bit of paid ads, and they don't have a clear structure. They don't have a clear cycle that they need to focus on and a strategy that's going to be put in place to get them the specific goal they're asking for as a business. So you want to make sure it's measurable. You want to make sure it's something that can be scaled, and it's a system that's in place that gets you these consistent customers. Every business wants to have consistent customers, and without a strategy, you're not going to have that. You're going to get a customer here and there, you're going to get fluctuations going up and down, but you're not going to know why. So step 1 is having a clear strategy. Now the second thing you want to look at is a content flywheel. Now, what's a content flywheel? It's essentially tackling from all different angles, posting content online, whether it's a bit of short form or long form content, and then you want to take them to your landing page. You want to have a flywheel where people can binge watch your content and what it is that you're about as a business, so you can build trust, and they can start to trust you as a personal brand or as a business brand, and understand what it is that you do and the quality that you do it in. So you want to go from no clear content approach to clear brand voice and message that speaks directly to your ideal customer. When you're posting content, you want to be very specific with who you're speaking to. You want to know their pain points. You want to know what they like and what they don't like. So that way you know the type of language to use. If you look at some of the biggest brands in the world, whether it's a personal brand or a business one, they always have clear brand messaging. They always have an ideal customer in mind whenever it is they're posting a certain video or an image or any type of creative. They talk to someone. You want to feel like you're talking to an individual. And that's why in the content flywheel, you need to have that clear brand voice and messaging. Now, what's the purpose of having a content flywheel? It's to turn your content into a conversion flywheel with one clear message that drives awareness, trust, and revenue. When you have awareness, which is essentially top of funnel in your content, and then you have more trust that gets built the more you post content and grow on social media, then that's when the revenue will come. So I want you to think about it just like a funnel, which I have mentioned before. And we're going to have content. So you can have something like your content is here. And from then, your people will go to your landing page, and then they will buy from you. So by having a clear flywheel, you want to post as much content as you can that's talking directly to your ideal customers. Without that, if you're just posting trending videos that do not relate to your industry, you're going to attract the wrong type of audience. So many times I've seen people with a high number of social media following, but none of them want to buy from them. Why? Because they built that audience off the back of trends, but not actually things that are related to their niche and industry. So make sure you're very intentional with the type of content that you're posting. You're better off having less followers that are high quality than have a high amount of followers, but none of them want to buy and they're low quality audience. So just keep that in mind when you're planning your content flywheel and all the types of content strategies that you want to do. Now, the third point that you need to focus on to have this marketing transformation cycle is a systems engine. Now, with a systems engine, with such fast changing technology and AI softwares being introduced every single month, every single week sometimes, it's very easy to get overwhelmed and not really implement any systems or automated workflows. So what you need to focus on is you want to go from messy manual tasks that you're probably spending too much time on right now to clear automated workflows. Now, this is so important. I've started to implement this for myself as a business, and it has been game changing with the amount of time that I'm able to save by just implementing a few AI softwares or any type of automation tools. It's just those little tedious tasks that take up too much of your time and you can't be bothered doing, it can do for you. I'm not saying you have to completely replace a whole employee, but you can just alleviate the pressure of doing those time-consuming tasks by putting the right systems engine in place. Now, the purpose of this systems engine is to create operational clarity, install systems and automations so your business runs smoother, faster, and with fewer moving parts. There's nothing worse than if you want to change direction or you want to change some of your content, but so many things are impacted and affected by it because it's so tedious and sensitive with your manual approach. When you have things automated, you're much more versatile. You can start switching your strategy, your approach, your content, because those little things are already taken care of. So a systems engine is so important for that reason. And with AI and tech advancing so fast, you need to start implementing clear workflows that allow you to get better results while doing less. We need to take advantage of everything that's happening around us right now with the technology advancements. Yes, there is a lot of softwares coming out and it can get overwhelming, but I promise you, if you just focus on like a couple for your business, that'll be the most beneficial, 3 or 4 different softwares that will move the needle with these little tedious tasks as much as possible. You will free up so much of your time. And like I said before, marketing is changing so fast and you need to start working on these 3 areas if you haven't already. Because if you don't, you're going to get left behind compared to all the other businesses that are implementing these 3 points that I've just spoken about in this video. So to summarize, the 3 sections you're going to need to focus on is a system engine, your content flywheel, and a clear strategy. All of your efforts are going to need to go into these 3 areas. If you do that, plus having a good offer in your business, you will start to get a lot more customers and a lot more consistently. Content for me is probably going to be your most important leverage point that you can pull right now. You need to start posting content if you haven't already. It's going to be probably the biggest shift that you will see an improvement in your business. Every client I've worked with that's focused the most on a content strategy has seen the most amount of growth with organic sales, with even complementing their paid ads. A lot of the times people overlook this. If you have a good content foundation and a decent following, loyal audience who actually buy into your brand, the paid ads work themselves. It becomes so much easier. So make sure you focus on content very clearly, put a system in place, and make sure the strategy is going to be your foundation. So if I had to lay it out for you in the step-by-step thing, it's going to go like this. So your foundation here is going to be strategy, because this is going to tackle all the different areas. It's going to tackle content, it's going to tackle your automation, and all the other areas of a business. So that's going to be the foundation. That's going to be step one. Now, the second thing you need to focus on is going to be your content. Once you have your strategy in place, content is going to be your number one focus. The strategy is going to be there, it's going to be your foundation, but then the content is going to be where you need to put a lot of your effort after that. So make sure you do not neglect content. And then the third area, once you have a clear strategy in place, once you're getting a lot more confident with your content and building an audience and you're getting leads inbound, you're going to need to now have a system and workflow improvement. Because when you're getting a lot more traffic coming into your business from your marketing, from your content, you need something to manage all of that. You need to start implementing automations, whether that's, for example, something like ManyChat on your Instagram, or if it's a clear funnel process to go to a landing page and to book a call with you and automatically sync with your calendars. All these little things are going to be the system workflows that you're going to need to implement the more you build an audience. So to summarize, strategy is going to be your number one focus. Once you get that done, start planning your content, and that's going to be something that's going to be consistent. It's going to be a constant thing you're going to always do. And the more traffic you start to get, step 3 is to then focus on a system workflow. But everything is going to be built off the right strategy. You need to think about what are your goals as a business, what's your goals with marketing, why do you want to start posting content, what's the type of audience you want to start building, and then implement the system workflow. So I hope you found some benefit in this video and to allow you to start to think about the 3 most important things I think you need to focus on in today's modern marketing and focusing on that transformation cycle. If you want to learn more about how to implement this marketing transformation cycle, check the link in the description below, and then you can look into ways on how to work with me and how to actually get help implementing these 3 points for your business. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.